Welcome back, Frisbee followers. You are tuned in to the OTB Podnet. I'm Greggy Biscuits. We're here on the morning round feed, but we're cross time zones. We're bending space and time as we speak. We have 2023 Jarva Open champion. We've got Mr. Skins himself, the man with the golden voice and the coolest cucumber on the tour, Luke Humphries, all the way from freaking New Zealand. How you doing, Luke?
And 21 hours ahead of you, so I know the future. What do you want to know? I can tell you.
I'm gonna check with Jer, but we need to know how many rebounds Pascal Siakam's gonna get tonight.
Just take the over on 11.5.
Okay, copy that. So we'll relay that. We'll relay that info across. Very helpful from the future. First time down under.
It is for me, man. Yeah, I haven't been in the Southern Hemisphere in over a decade, and definitely not in the down under over here in New Zealand, Australia. I think they call it Oceania.
Oceania.
Yeah. First time down here, man. It's incredible.
Cool. So you checked off some New Zealand disc golf dates there with the tour down under. Got a couple podiums to your credit, so congratulations on that.
Yeah. Taken first runner up a couple times here in New Zealand. Not the best way to do it, but it could have gone worse.
Well, again, that Corey Ellis is a buzzsaw.
No kidding, man. He was smashing putts. And that Levi Stout, he's going to surprise some people. Super impressed with that kid, his attitude and his game.
Again, so he's a local down there. Is he going to be coming over for any domestic dates? Or is he an American?
He's not in a hurry to get over here. He's 17 years old, so he's got some school to finish up. He came for AM Worlds, and I think he got his eyes opened up a little bit. There's a lot of kids that are really good at disc golf these days. So he saw the field, saw the competition, and I think maybe next year is when he'd come over, which would be awesome. I mean, we need him over here. He's a fantastic player, fantastic kid. We need more like him, and hopefully he can rub off on some of these youngsters and the kids throwing tantrums and fits and stuff like this. This guy has a goldfish memory at 17 years old and a big smile on his face no matter what happens on the shot.
Yeah, short memory. And like I said, cooler heads prevail on the disc golf course and usually in life. Couple ace runs down there. It looks like the game is getting tuned up. How are you feeling after this brief but busy off season?
I'm feeling good now. First tournament of the year was in Mexico, and that one was definitely rough. Like just stepping up to putts again and feeling the nerves and kind of wondering what my process was again. You know how it goes. That one was a little rough. New Zealand Championships first round was rough, but then after that, I started playing some pretty good golf. And I'm really looking forward to getting down to Florida, flying to Dallas. I guess I'll be landing in like 20 hours or something like that. So pick up Hogan. He's been staying with Jake Evenheimer and basically head down to chess.com. I've never been there, never played the throw down the mountain. So I got some homework and some stuff to do down there to get myself prepared.
Yeah, All-Stars this weekend, followed by the tournament next weekend. So I know a few pros are on site getting those reps in, excited about the changes at the throw down the mountain course. Now Mount Olympus.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think at the beginning of the year, watching people practice the course that you're going to play, it gets you a little more nervy than in the middle of the year. If somebody shows up to the tournament a week early in the middle of the year, it doesn't feel like it's like you're losing time. But as I watch all these people throwing shots on a course I've never seen, I'm definitely getting a little anxious to get down there and start doing it myself.
And it'd be one thing, yeah, if it was a course that you were more familiar with, but new layout, new holes, new kind of plan down there. So that'll be exciting to see how you attack that.
Yeah, indeed. I played the Tallahassee in 2022, and that's the only tournament I've ever played in Florida. The only disc golf I've ever played in Florida. So I need to expand my horizons, and I'm looking forward to taking on this challenge.
You are known to gladly face a challenge, and you did mention Mexico a little earlier. Not that it's hard to get down there, but talk about what's happening with the Disc Golf Mexico Tour a little bit.
Man, it's so cool to see the development and just the community that's getting bigger and bigger down there. We started out 3 years ago going down there, and it was about 25 people. Everybody knew each other. Very small community from Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey, basically those three places. And they'd all meet. Every tournament in Mexico, that 25 would go somewhere. And we've seen that 25 grow to like 100 now. We had 15 Canadians at the tournament this year. I'm sure that'll be 30 Canadians next year. They're looking for any way to get out of the cold, is what they were saying.
Good time to get down to Mexico, for sure.
The perfect time. Even New Zealand, too. Like, I can't wait to come back here, man. I didn't get to play the Paradise Plates tournament that they're getting to play, so I've got business unfinished here as well. But the Mexican community is all in, man. They're so cool, so happy. You know, it's a different feel down there. They're really grateful for what they have and the attention that we've brought to them. Forever grateful. It feels like it's not very easy for them to get discs. Baskets get taken. Just it's a crazy way to play, but their heart and their spirit and the enjoyment they get out of it is second to none. I'm telling you, everybody has fun down there. It's such a cool community. Shout out to all of my Mexicans down there, man. I'll be back. Come back soon.
Very cool. Yeah, would have loved to be there for San Luis Potosí, but I know the Mexico Disc Golf Tour is getting more and more filled out, so there's going to be some opportunities to get down the remainder of the year. So it's definitely on the to-do list.
Yeah, they've got some good players too down there. Yeah, starting to have some killers.
Shout out to MX Disc Golf and Raul holding things down here in the States and abroad.
Oh yeah, Mr. Barcelo kills it. One of a kind.
What's the vibe? What's the vibe there in the airport, real quick? Yeah, what's the vibe in the airport?
It looks like they're checking passports right here.
Did Tall Paul make it through security?
He is staying for Paradise Plates. How's it going?
So he's got another tournament going.
Yeah, we're just hitting up this security real quick. Oh, sure.
This is the real deal, folks. You're seeing the behind the scenes.
That's how it goes.
You got to run into my buddy Kyle. You got to run into my buddy Kyle Harrop, played around with him, and even enjoyed a rather viral disc golf internet moment. Take us back there to the New Zealand disc golf championships.
Kyle's your buddy?
I met Kyle. He's a brewer, Horace Aged Ales, and we met at Goat Hill last year, and then sort of hit it off talking disc golf. He's buddies with Albert Tam.
Yeah,
and we had just recently gotten our first round in down at in close to San Diego, where he hails from, in Oceanside.
Gotcha.
And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to go down and lose to Corey Ellis by 20 strokes at the New Zealand Disc Golf Championships." I was like, "Well, don't worry, you won't be the only one." And then he managed to play great his first round, shot 70 points over his rating, and he's better than his rating. We know this, but then he bangs in the topper.
Definitely better than his rating to start off. Like, I think he was 917 or 918 rated and shot 1020 first round. I think it was. That was fun, man. That was fun to see somebody like just enjoying the game. Apparently, he showed up to New Zealand 2 hours before that first round. Basically, went from the airport to the course, played his round, found out he was in third place or whatever after the first round. That's incredible.
It's you can almost tell on the coverage, but he said he was so nervous with the cameras there that he was shaking on all of his putts, and he didn't even get to see his miraculous putt fall in because he was had turned his head in disgust.
Yeah, man, he was the only person within 200 feet he didn't see it go in. That's okay though. He got to see it quite a few times after that.
Yeah, it's getting the clicks. You got the replay from Bob there.
Yeah, a couple 100,000 views or something like that already.
Yeah, but that was definitely a fun moment, and a heck of a brewer. If I'm sure he mentioned it, but phenomenal brewer, and has an interesting club here in Southern California where it's like kind of subscription based. But check out Horace Aged Ales for those who like to enjoy the libations.
Yeah.
He's there. He's there at the gate. He's traveling. He's feeling good. Luke, let's
Yep.
talk a little bit about what's happening with GK coming up this season.
Yeah. Oh, man, we're excited about this season. Working with a ton of private courses and doing some bigger events than we've done in the past. We're associating our skins matches with tournaments that we ourselves are running, filming the MPO card for, and releasing post-produced coverage for. So we're starting off our first event's going to be in DFW, man, in like less than 3 weeks, I guess.
That's right. It's the first
Yeah.
weekend in March out at the Hideaway in Terrell, Texas.
Yeah. $7,500 added B tier. And then we're doing 2 skins matches there. We got live music playing. We're going to film all of that. Obviously, the tournament too. And at this point, I think there's like 40,000 rated players playing. And we got Nicholas and Vino and Thomas and Jesse from Finland. And then we got a bunch of killers, including, I think, James Conrad. And it's just going to be a sweet time. So that's our first event. And then we're going to head from Texas States in Houston to Persimmon Ridge in Arkansas. And Persimmon Ridge, man, fantastic people. Kim and Steve. Have you been there, Greg?
I have not. That's also I've had the pleasure to meet Steve, I believe, but have not been out to the property. And that's the site of one of the very first, if not the first, skins match, isn't it?
Yeah, the very first, man. That was COVID times. Let's get back to golf. The first B tier after COVID anywhere in the world was right there. Persimmon Ridge. GK Pro came down. And that's when skins started.
Yeah.
That was right there on the property. So we're going back there. They got their first A tier. The Monday after the A tier is the Eclipse. That's April 8th. And we're doing a huge event there as well for the Eclipse, including a skins match. And then we got a glow package that we're going to give people or sell people so that they can throw during the Eclipse. I think it's like 4 or 5 minutes. But we got like 8 discs. You just find a basket somewhere and try to hit an ace while the Eclipse is going on. It seems like it's going to be a really fun time. Yeah.
Pretty unique chance to connect with the pros. And that's one of the best things about skins. I mean, it's fun to watch Pro Tour coverage. It's fun to follow along with the card. It's fun to be there live. But there's something different about the sort of camaraderie that comes out and the jovial nature of those skins matches. And you really get to see the guys try some stuff that they maybe wouldn't try during the tournament.
Yeah, I'm not going to take credit for Calvin Heimberg's personality, but we definitely showed it to the world. He was that way beforehand, and we had the pleasure and honor of kind of letting people see it. And, you know, there's going to be more people just like Calvin that their personality is really going to blow up there on skin. So fun for us too.
What's your go-to snack? You're traveling. What do you need to have besides a cold glass of milk?
Man, I like some chips. You know,
He's a chip king.
I do like my snacks, man. You got to have some Skittles on you.
Okay.
You know, I've got some gummy bears on me as well. What I like to do if I travel out of the U.S. is get the 30-pack of nuggets from Chick-fil-A, and then I just keep those right there in my disc golf bag for like the next 24 hours or whatever. Like I'll eat chicken 24 hours after I order it, roughly. So I'm like,
there's a decent shelf life on those. They're thoroughly cooked.
I had them in Finland. Like we arrived in Finland, and I was eating them for like 12 hours after that, walking around Helsinki with Chick-fil-A nuggets. It was like felt like a pretty cool thing.
I one time got a Reuben sandwich all the way from the States through Istanbul, and I think it made it all the way to Italy. That was my personal record, though, for traveling with a snack.
You get to the hotel, you sit down at the table, you bust out this snack. It's from America. It's kind of fun.
All right. Well, it is Valentine's Day. He is in New Zealand. He's at the airport. Yeah. Let's
Angie's right there.
Hi to Angie. Much love. Here she comes. We'll get a quick cameo from Angie here. Hi, Angie.
I've been looking for you.
Greg says what's up.
We're doing a podcast.
That's my Valentine.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's our cue. Why don't you give me your shout outs? Give me your sponsors for this year. Give me whoever else you want to give some love to.
Dude, first off, I got to shout out OTB. We were talking about that first skins match. Man, I called Danny asking for, I think, $100 or $200 or whatever the CTPs were back then. And Danny was like, hey, listen here, I got $1,000. Do whatever you want with it. So we threw some into the distance comp, and we basically started skins with it.
Mhm.
Danny not only threw us that 1,000, but continued to support us the entire way. If it were not for OTB, skins would not be a thing. Anybody listening to this, go buy something on otbdiscs.com right now, because those are the real ones.
We appreciate that, brother.
That's my only sponsor, OTB.
That's right.
I do have Prodigy and the Country Beef Jerky and some other people, but
We do love that beef jerky.
the jerky's fire. Peyton Mansell killing the game.
New flavors this year?
I'm sticking with my Buffalo Ranch flavor. If you haven't tried that, it is so good. bcbeefjerky.com. Use code Luke5. Get yourself a little discount. That stuff is the best jerky in the game. I love Double G jerky, but I'm partial.
He's on that jerky sponsorship, so he's got to keep it regular. And it is the good stuff. Luke, thank you so much, man. Thanks for taking a few minutes for us, and thanks for letting the people know about what's happening coming up this year with GK and Tour Skins and all this exciting stuff.
It is exciting, bro. It is exciting. And sorry I had to cut it short and make it a quick one, but honored to be with you as always, Greggy Biscuits.
Hey, can't wait to reconvene.
We love you, Greggy.
Love y'all too. Angie, Luke, give Hogan a big old hug from me. You guys gonna be cruising down to Florida relatively soon.
Yeah.
Safe travels down there.
Thank you.
And
when am I seeing you next?
I will see you at the Hideaway. We're gonna be throwing it down.
Dude, that's a party right there, man. Can't wait.
Believe it. All right, everybody. You've been tuned into an international early afternoon version of the Morning Round. I've been Greggy Biscuits. We had Luke Humphries with us. Thanks to Luke for making the time at the airport. He's one of a kind. What a dude. And we'll see you when you get back stateside. And good luck down in Florida, my friend.